Shalom. I want to give all praises to Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahweh Shai, Bahashim, Ha, Rakah, Wadash, Ma'amah, double honors to the elder apostles of GMS. Salutations to the sincere Aki and pushing his truth and sincerity around the four corners of this earth. I'm the Karkarah Barney Yasharala coming out of the Lions Den camp of Yasharala here in Jacksonville, Florida. And today I'll be coming out with another little quick lesson. I won't be before you too long, but this is just another comment board response. Cause some guy, I don't know, he left a comment on an old video that I did, teachers of truth, false prophets, and the guy obviously he only watched the first part of the video. He probably only watched half of the first part, but he want to put some scriptures up. He want to put up a Sirach about you know what I'm saying, not judging the man, or you know what I'm saying, according to his garments, or how basically how he looked, going off how he looked. But that was totally beside the point, you know, what I was talking about in that video. Because that video I was talking about, because they were false, because they was called teachers of truth, but they were false teachers because they was lying. They were going off on doctrine. And he put up something about going according. As a matter of fact, let me just get it real quick. This is what he put up, you know, which was totally outside of what I was talking about. But yeah, he want to put up Sirach chapter 11, verse 2, talking about command not a man for his beauty, neither abhor a man for his outward appearance. Which that had nothing to do with what I was talking about. Or what I was talking about in that first part of that lesson was the teachers of truth were false prophets because they were going off on doctrine. You know, he put up basically from like 1 to like 8, I guess, you know, but which, like I said before, it had nothing to do with the scriptures. But then when I decided I was going to check his YouTube page, he has no content, you know, and that's what you know, compelled me to write this here lesson real quick, because that dude has no he has no work to show for himself. He up there thumb thugging and posting scriptures, but you ain't got no work proving that you done put your hands to the plow. You know, whoever this guy was didn't take up his cross. He's not bidding people to come to the marriage. He's not compelling people to come to the master's house that his house may be filled. This guy was just being a microphone gangster, talking loud, saying nothing. He was like a dull knife. He just wasn't cutting. But without further ado, I'm going to get right to the scriptures. And this is towards any of you people, brothers, whoever you is, that's posting scriptures on other brothers' comment board, calling yourself trying to correct somebody according to the scriptures, and you have no comment, you have no content, you have not showed any faith in the Heavenly Father by your works. Stop thumb thugging. Stop being a microphone gangster and get out to the highways and the byways and do what thus saith Yahweh while Yahweh shot. Without further ado, I'm going to get right into the scriptures. This is Luke chapter 14. I'm going to start at verse 21. It says, "So that servant came and showed his Lord these things. Then the master of the house, being angry, said to his servant, Go out quickly into the streets and the lanes of the city. Bring in hither the poor and the maimed and the halt and the blind." See, that's what we're supposed to do. We're supposed to go out to the highways and the hedges and bid our people to come in and turn back to Yahweh while Yahweh shot. Turn back to their one true power. Turn back to the truth. That's what we're supposed to do. We're supposed to tell our people that are spiritually poor, that are spiritually blind, that are spiritually halt, that are maimed spiritually. Come, turn in thither. Come here and here. This is where you get your healing at. This is what we're supposed to do. But you thumb thugging microphone gangster cats on the comment boards that don't have no content, y'all don't do this. Y'all don't take up y'all cross with the Heavenly Father. Y'all don't do that. Y'all sit back and y'all hide the Lord's money. But continuing. This is verse 22 of Luke 14. It says, "And the servant said, Lord, it is done as thou hast commanded, and yet there is room. Let's go to Luke chapter 10. Start at verse 2. It says, and he said unto them, when ye pray, say our Salakia. That's verse 11. Chapter 10, verse 1. I was reading chapter 11, Salakia. Verse 2, it says, and therefore he said unto them, the harvest is truly great, but the laborers are few. Pray ye therefore the Lord of the harvest that he will send forth laborers into his harvest. Now let's go to verse 23 of Luke chapter 14. Again, I'm going to start at verse 22 though, and I'm going to go down to the point. It says, and the servant said, Lord, it is done as thou hast commanded, and yet there is room. The servant was like, I have done what you commanded, yet there is room. Now, verse 23, the point. And the Lord said unto the servant, go out into the highways and hedges and compel them to come in, that my house may be filled. Now, this was the parable of the great supper, but it's in conjunction with the mission. What is our mission? Go out to the highways and hedges and bid our people to turn back to the marriage. Let them know, compel them to come into the master's house so that his house may be filled. Fish to a sea of people. Go to the people and let our people know. Tell them the truth. This is what we're supposed to do. Again, I'm going to read verse 2 one more time of Luke chapter 10. Therefore say he unto them, the harvest is truly great, but the laborers are few. Pray ye therefore the Lord of the harvest that he will send forth laborers into his harvest. So we supposed to pray anyway. We supposed to pray that the Lord will send laborers into his harvest. We supposed to go out to the highways and the hedges and bid our people and compel our people to turn into the master's house so that his house can be filled. Tell our people to turn back to Yahweh Yahushua. Tell them, thus saith the Lord. Now, let's go to Matthew. Verse 38. Matthew chapter 10, verse 38. It says, I'm going to just start at verse 37 to complete the point. It says, he that loveth father or mother more than me is not worthy of me. And he that loveth son or daughter more than me is not worthy of me. So even if you love people or family or things more than you love the Heavenly Father, you're not worthy of the Heavenly Father. And a lot of you cat that be thugging and being microphone gangsters, you ain't out in the highways and the byways because 9 out of 10 you probably ain't worthy of the Heavenly Father because you too caught up in some other crap. But again, 38 the point. And he that taketh not his cross and followeth after me is not worthy of me. So if you don't take up your cross and follow after Yahweh Yahushua, you're not worthy of the Most High or the Son. Anyway, to begin with, you're not worthy. So stop thugging, stop being a microphone gangster, get up off your behind, get out to the highways and the byways and compel the people to turn back to Yahweh Yahushua. Bid them to fill the master's house. Compel them to come in. Tell the spiritually poor, the spiritually maimed, the spiritually halt, and the spiritually blinded of our people to come in thither so that they can be healed of their afflictions. And if you up there posting scriptures on the comment board, that means you may be equipped to heal our people of their infirmities. So stop thugging. As the brother DeBar in the camp say, stop thugging. This is Luke chapter 9. You know, for you cats who, you know what I'm saying, who think it's something in the world more important than Yahweh Yahushua. This is verse 62 of Luke chapter 9. And Yahushua said unto him, no man having put his hand to the plow and looking back is fit for the kingdom of the Most High. So if you had your hands on this plow and you look back in the world, you ain't fit. You're not fit. And this really is towards these thuggers, these microphone guys who like to leave comments on, you know what I'm saying, post scriptures on the comment board and don't have no work to show for it. When you go to their YouTube page, they have absolutely no content. This is really towards them. And for the brothers who are in this thing, you know and understand that if you take your hands off the plow and you go back into the world, I mean, you walk away from this truth, the Heavenly Father says you are unfit for the kingdom. You're not fit. because you worried about what's going on in the world. Ain't nothing out here in this world. But for you thumb thuggers, man, get up off y'all behinds, man, and stop leaving comments and scriptures that is contrary to the lesson that you just watched or partially watched, because you didn't watch the whole thing. Probably. Whoever that guy was that left that comment. But anyways, continuing. This is Jeremiah chapter 48. I'm going to read verse 10. It says, Salakia, that was 49. I'm reading 49. There we go. This is 48, chapter 10. It said, cursed be he that doeth the work deceitfully, and cursed be he that keepeth back his sword from blood. So cursed be yours who do the work deceitfully in the Heavenly Father. You making up lies, Jeff. You do the work deceitfully. But for you thumb thuggers, you also cursed because you keeping your sword back from blood. You keeping your sword sheathed. Take your sword out of the sheath and go to the battle and fight. Get up, go to the highways and the byways like you're supposed to do. Do what the Heavenly Father says to do. With that, shalom.